Hello students. So in this class we will see some important properties of Fourier transforms, that is Fourier sine transform and Fourier cosine transform. So in the previous lectures we have seen complex Fourier transform, that is f of x, or we can say that is f of s, that is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power ips f of x dx. So this is the definition of complex Fourier transform. Now there is a Fourier sine transform and cosine transform also. So Fourier sine transform, that is denoted by fs of f of x. So that is root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity fx sine px dx. And similarly there is a Fourier cosine transform, that is fc of f of x, that is root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity f of x cos px cos sx dx. Here yes, in some books they are using the p also, that is, but here we are using yes, that is the function of yes. So now we will see some properties of this Fourier transform. So the first property is linear property, that is linear property. That is, if f1 of s and f2 of s are complex Fourier transforms of f1 of x and f2 of x respectively, then complex Fourier transform of a into f1 of x plus b into f2 of x, that is equal to a into f of f1 of x plus b into f of f2 of x. Just like for Laplace transform we have seen. This is the linear property. Let us prove in short. So according to the definition of Fourier transform, this is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx into this total, that is a into f1 of x plus b into f2 of x dx. And we know that we have seen, that is we can separate these integrals by taking the constant out of integral. So that will be 1 up a upon root 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity f of x e to the power isx dx, and plus b upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power f2 of x dx. So what is this? This is f of f1 of x and this is f of f2 of x. So this is the proof for this. So this is the linear property of this complex Fourier transforms. Second property is change of scale property. Change of scale property. So if capital F of s is Fourier transform of f of x, then Fourier transform of f of ax, that is equal to 1 upon a f of s by a. This we are going to prove in short here. Now we know that f of s means, that is f of x, that is 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx f of x dx. So this is the complex Fourier transform of f of x. Now in place of f of x we have to find the f of ax here. So in the proof just you can see, that is f of ax, that is 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx, and here f of ax we have to write. dx. Now, if we make some substitutions for ax, that is, suppose we put t is equal to ax, that is dt is equal to a dx. It means dt by a is equal to dx, and limits will not change. Then what will happen? Then 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity. So here e to the power I s in place of x, that will be t by e, and here this is f of t dt, f of t dt. Now here this is e to the power is t by a f of t dt, e to the power is t by a f of t dt. Or this can be written as 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power I s by a t f of t dt. S by t. What is this? This is f of s by here. In place of s there is s by. So that is equal to total this 1 upon a into because we have taken here this is dx by a, so that 1 upon a into f of s by a. In this way we have proved this. Now there is a property, that is a shifting property. Next, shifting property, that is f of x minus a, that is equal to e to the power isa into f of s. This we have to prove now. f of x minus a. So we know that f of x, that is 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx f of x dx. Now we have to find f of x minus a. So here f of x minus a, that is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx. So here we have to write f of x minus a dx. And now if we make some substitutions for x minus a, that is, suppose t is equal to x minus a, that is dt is equal to dx, and that x is equal to, then x will be, that is t plus a. So if we make this substitution, what will happen? 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power is x means t plus a, and f of this is t and dt. So here 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, here this can be written as e to the power ist e to the power isa f of t dt. So this is the integration with respect to t. It means this e to the power isa is constant, so this we can keep out of integral. So that is 1 upon root 2 pi into e to the power isa integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power ist f of t dt. Now 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power ist f of t, it means this is f of s, and so that is equal to e to the power isa f of s. So this is the shifting property. This is the shifting property. Now there is one modulation theorem that is very important. Modulation theorem. Modulation theorem. if f of s is complex Fourier transform of f of x, then f of fx cos ax is equal to half into, in bracket, f of s plus a plus f of s minus a. This is very important theorem, and by using this theorem you can prove so many results, and that will be helpful in our MCQs. F of x cos ax, so try to understand this. So according to our definition, we know that first we write here f of x, that is the definition, 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x e to the power isx dx. Now what do we want? We want f of x cos ax. So here 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, and here in place of fx we have to write f of x cos ax and into e to the power isx dx. Now here, to prove this, we have to write this cosine in terms of exponential. That is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity. Here f of x in bracket, this is cos ax. So this can be written as e to the power iax plus e to the power minus iax divided by 2. E to the power isx dx. We can write this. We have used many times this result in hyperbolic functions and trigonometric functions. So that is e to the power ix plus e to the power minus ix divided by 2, that is cos ax. Suppose here in future, suppose there is one sin ax, then you have to use that formula, that is e to the power ix minus e to the power minus ix divided by 2i. You can change that and make the calculations according to that, and you will find that result. So now just simplification here, that is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity. Here f of x, and this is e to the power iax into e to the power isx divided by 2, and again plus f of x e to the power minus isx e to the power iax into isx divided by 2. So we can separate this now. If we separate this, what will happen? That is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi, see, into integration from minus infinity to infinity. F of x, this is e to the power ix, e to the power isx, so that is e to the power is plus a x dx. E to the power and upon 2, this is out of integral. And again plus half into here, again 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity. Here you can write f of x and this e to the power ix, and minus ix, this is e to the power ix, that is e to the power is minus ax and e to the power is dx. So what will be this? This is nothing but f of s plus a, and this is f of s minus a. So therefore you can write this, that is equal to, that is half into f of s plus a plus f of s minus a. So this is known as modulation theorem. Now there is one property, if f of x, that is equal to f of s, then f of x to the power n f of x, that is equal to minus I to the power n dn by dsn of f of x. This is one more property. That is, if Fourier transform of f of x, that is f of s, and then f of x to the power n f of x, that is equal to minus 1 to the power n nth derivative of that function f of x. So first you write definition, that is f of s, that is 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity e to the power isx f of x dx. So this is our equation number 1. Now we will differentiate this with respect to s. Differentiating with respect to s n times. We have to take nth derivative here. We have seen in the first year how to find the nth derivative. So if we take the nth derivative, what will happen? That is dn by dsn of f of s. That is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity. Now e to the power isx, we know that the derivative of e to the power isx, that is equal to ix to the power n, ix to the power n, e to the power isx fx dx. How we have calculated this? Ix to the power n. Suppose first derivative. Suppose e to the power isx. So what will be first derivative with respect to x? Ix e to the power isx. Second derivative ix square e to the power isx. So in this, that is ix to the power n e to the power isx f of x dx. So that is equal to, if we take I to the power n out of integral, that is 1 upon root 2 pi integration from minus infinity to infinity, here x to the power n fx and e to the power isx dx. So what is this? This is nothing but the Fourier transform of x to the power n f of x. So that is equal to I to the power n into f of, that is x to the power n f of x. Now there are some results, just you can note, that is f of f dash x. F of f dash x, that is equal to is into f of s. Just note down this. And also there is a result f of integration fx dx from a to x, that is equal to f of s upon minus is. And you can also derive this by using this. Now there are some, we have seen these results for complex Fourier transforms, and similarly you can prove these all results in short, or you can understand that by applying this for Fourier sine transform and cosine transform. For example, suppose we have to find linear property of Fourier sine transform. So that will be fs of a f1 of x plus b f2 of x, that is equal to a into fs of f1 of x plus b into fs of f2 of x. Similarly for cosine transform, that is the fc of a f of x plus b f2 of x, that is equal to a into fc of f1 of x plus b into fc of f3 of x. Similarly, there is a shifting property also, or change of scale also, that is fs of, suppose f of ax. So that will be 1 upon a fs of s by a. Or similarly for Fourier cosine transform, that is fc of f of ax. So that will be 1 upon a fc of s by a. So you can derive all these results, or you can understand that, so that there are so many MCQs questions on this. That is the f of x sin ax, f of x cos ax, or Fourier sine transform, cosine transform. They are the similar result. linearity property, that is similar result. Shifting property, similar result. Change of scale property, similar result. Just we have to change in place of complex Fourier transform, that is the Fourier sine transform, Fourier cosine transform. So this is the last section of this our third unit. Now after this I will support some sample questions of multiple choice on. You can also make some multiple choice questions on the basis of this, and I will also support unit wise some multiple choice questions so that you can make some another questions also. And now we will, in the next period, we will start our remaining paper, that is the mechanics, that is the dynamics paper we will start. So today we stop here.